Hello, I'm Termiboria. Stationeers today. We're gonna build a dual fuel furnace. I spent all day filling up tanks with different gases. We have volatiles, oxygen, that will be hydrogen, more volatiles, nitrous oxide, more oxygen, and nitrogen. I hooked the hopper up to an ice crusher. I hooked the ice crusher up to a filtration system. I hooked the filtration system up to turbo pumps. I hooked the turbo pumps up to pipes. The pipes go to tanks. I'm gonna get rid of all this crap. We're gonna make hydrogen first. This is volatiles and oxygen that we're gonna use a gas mixer to make into hydrogen. Now the gas mixer, this is input 1, it's our volatiles. That is input 2, it is our oxygen. This is the labeler, that's how we're gonna set it up. And we're just gonna click on this and we're gonna punch in 66.6. And then we turn it on. I don't run tanks at full pressure because I don't want to have to deal with phase changes. So the volatiles will run out long before that hydrogen tank overfills. You could build a system to shut that gas mixer off before that tank explodes, but we're not worried about that. Again, phase changes are bad. You can just run your furnace off that orange tank that we've just made. I know I called it hydrogen. I'm going to keep calling it hydrogen. I know there's going to be a comment telling me it's just fuel, but, well, I've made my choice and I feel good about it, you know? Okay, we're going to make nitrous oxide. We're going to do it sequentially. We have oxygen, nitrogen, empty tank. The gas mixer right here is just set to 50-50. We're going to run it through a bunch of other things, so we don't care. 50-50. On. Beautiful. This is a Nitrolyzer. It's the second step in our process. We're going to run a pipe to that tank. And we're gonna hook that Nitrolyzer up to this filtration system that we've put nitrous oxide filters in. Done. I painted it gray. I don't know why. Shouldn't be gray. Should be that crappy green color we've been using the whole time. I'm gonna change that. We're also gonna run a pipe from this output all the way around to that tank again. Just like that. Isn't that special? And now, the filtered gas that comes out of here, we're gonna run over to this green tank. Somehow. Hang on a second. Ta-da! Is it pretty? No. Is it for informational purposes? Yes. Informational? Inspirational. Instructional? This is not a tutorial. This is just what I'm doing today. We're gonna build this somehow in the furnace I already have. I didn't turn that on. Again, I don't run anything at full pressure, so we don't have to worry about fluid being created. The filtration system is creating a little bit of liquid every now and then, but that will evaporate into gas. It will not stay a liquid, and I'm fine with that. No, I don't know what I just said to you, but that information was not correct. To deal with nitrous oxide's phase change, we have a portable storage tank. 2 radiators connected to an expansion tank, this pipe, and another expansion tank. So this system's stupid. Brute force and ignorance, man. But my phase seems to be stable now. So... good? I'm just gonna continue on with the experiment like this is gonna continue to work. Nothing's exploding. It's under 0 stress. So that should be fine. Right? We have to mix that nitrous oxide with volatiles, and we're gonna do that out of 50-50 ratio, and we'll see how this goes. The ratios are slightly off right there, and I don't know why, because we're using a gas mixer, and it's set to 50. So I'm moving on in my life like this is okay. I've built a furnace, and I've piped it up. I didn't like the way the video ended, so we're doing it again. I've built a new furnace. We have a new valve system. This is our nitrous oxide valve setup. 49.5 and 50.5 are the best ratio I could get out of the gas mixer. I don't know why, but that's all it'll put out. Probably something to do with condensation. This valve allows fuel into the system. This turbo pump allows me to pump it back to the storage tank if we want to use the hydrogen fuel. I mean, we're gonna use both at the same time. Eventually. The hydrogen fuel is a lot more stable, so we can just pump some pressure in and that'll be fine. In fact, we're gonna do that first. Behind all the valving, we just have a regular expansion tank to combat the condensation that builds up from the nitrous oxide. I don't have a passive drain in here, but we might have to put one in. I don't want to, but if we do... Yeah. Hydrogen in. That's enough. That's way too much. Let's try that again. 500 kilopascals should be fine. I mean, we can adjust it too, but it's fine. A little bit of fuel in. Ignite. And we're just gonna drop in some iron. A little bit of coal. Added a hash display to make it easier. And we've made steel. I mean, because steel is so hard to make. We could pump the rest of that fuel back, or we could just burn it off. I'm in favor of just burning it off. I thought that'd be more dramatic. Apparently not. We have our volatile nitrous oxide fuel ratio that is slightly off. But again, best I could do, probably cause condensation. I don't know, but then it says there's no liquids in the pipe. So the gas mixer is up. Doesn't matter. Open the valve. I don't know why I needed 2 pipe analyzers. That was weird. I like symmetry, only in that one instance. We're just gonna put a bit of fuel in, ignite it. The same temperature creates way less pressure than the hydrogen. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, I'm sure there's a use case for that, but I didn't do a lot of research, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's good. Those are good numbers. This is working way better than it did yesterday. The nitrous oxide is burning off slightly faster. Burning off? I don't know where the quotations should be there. There's slightly less nitrous oxide in it, but we're putting in slightly less nitrous oxide, so that makes sense. Let's just drop in coal, iron, iron, iron. We're making steel again. Boring. There it is. Nice. So that's good. The system works. I mean, we made nitrous oxide that is stable. I mean, we don't have a lot of it, and the pressure that we can store it at isn't great, but it's a very simple system, and it is, again, stable. And we've piped both into the furnace, and it works. It didn't work yesterday. I don't know why. What am I doing now? Thought maybe the nitrous oxide would be better fueling a basic furnace all the time, so we could just constantly melt ore in it easily without having to fire up the big furnace or whatever. I mean, yeah, that worked, but so much effort to create nitrous oxide, we're just gonna melt ore in a standard furnace. Whatever, it worked. So yeah, the storm warning system works great, except once I build something in here, I can't see the... What if we pump both fuel in the furnace and fire it up? Well, that ratio is a little off, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Let's fire it up, or we just add more nitrous oxide. Guess we're just gonna add more nitrous oxide to that. My issue is, if I put too much pressure in that pipe, the fuels will ignite each other. I'm just gonna fire it up, man. That made a relatively stable fuel, where the pressure is pretty well equal to the temperature. Up to a point, obviously. Weird. I'm just gonna burn the rest of that off, and we have about 60 seconds till the storm happens. I will see you in a minute. I mean, not a minute. I'm gonna let the storm pass by, obviously. I need to go inside. That's the end of today's video. We made nitrous oxide in a stable form, and we have a dual fuel furnace. But how do I fit all of this into here? I don't know. So I guess the rest of this week will be spent building a new base. And why do I need to use nitrous oxide fuel again? Just because I want to? I think it'd be a really good fuel if you were gonna have your furnace set up for auto smelting? I don't know what I'm talking about. You have a good day. Thank you for watching. Not all gamers are pro. Oh, and I blew everything up too. Cool.